King of the Canadian Hill. How haunted is our Ontario?
Lindsay, Ontario, located 150 kilometers northeast-west of Toronto, in the Kawartha Lakes region, with a population of 20,000 souls, is a site with two possible locations of ghostly activity that is unseen, unheard, and possibly unknowing to most folks in the Ontario area. But I'm here to reveal all the ghost stuff with all the truth that possibly not be truthful. How haunted is Lindsay, Ontario? Well, we're about to find out. The Academy Theatre, located on the corner of Lindsay and Kent Street. From 1892 to 1893, the Academy Theatre was built, and it was, at the time, the most tech-advanced theatre in Canada, to hold 900 souls, with 500 seats, 166 orchestra stalls, plus 218 in the parquet, and a private box. Lofty ceiling, deep color interior, of harmonized wealth that came from French Empire art. The Academy Theatre holds 3 floors, 3 terrifying floors for one such actress. On the night of her death, after performing on a sold-out crowd, an up-and-coming actress was going to meet her lover for a night that she'll never forget. The person she was about to meet had just left his marriage and kids and was about to meet her so they can get away from it all. He came to the Academy Theatre and rang the bell. So excited she was to meet him and run away from this all, she ran down the stairs, only to find that the stairs she went many times down was just a little too steep for her liking. She had then fallen down the stairs so violently and so brutally, she ended up breaking her neck. The lover, hearing the deathly screams from the staircase and the sickening thud of death, realized what had happened and ran away from the scene, only later to call the authorities of a possible accident that may have happened at the Academy Theatre. He never did go back to that building, and some say that she wanders the halls looking for her lover, and some say that she is seen at the bottom of the stairs, weeping, crying, waiting for her lover to return. Reports of a young woman dressed in white with shimmering blonde hair can be seen throughout the building. And if you are one of those performers on stage, looking out to the bright lights, you may be able to see her clapping, applauding, supporting you, and then the chilling touch of an icy cold hand on your shoulder, or even your own hand being held, of signs of support from a long-lost love that she cannot give she gives to you. Reports of the show that must go on eternally after life has been reported. When you turn off the lights, they go back on. And when you try to even flip the switch off, they remain on. She does not want to be alone. She does not want to be by herself. And she certainly does not want to be alone. The second floor, known as the Guild Room, holds a beautiful room with a piano. This piano can be heard playing by itself, or late at night, beautiful music from an empty room with the chilling screams of bloody death, or that of someone falling down the stairs. Costumes, power tools, makeup, wigs can be moved or disappear for hours, days at a time. It seems that this ghost is not only lonely, but bored out of her skull and decides to play pranks on the actors and actresses and tech and other folk that work this theater. Cleaning staff begrudgingly report that things are already cleaned. Vacuums move by themselves, and dusters can be seen moving from one table to another, dusting. A spirit that cleans up for themselves and other people, alive and dead? Well, how bad can this haunting actually be? Am I right? I interviewed teenager Abby Apakapatrix with her mother to help translate on her chilling event that happened last year. Abby was at the theater practicing her lines for the high school play that was going to happen later that night. It was noon. She was all by herself. The manager had left for lunch, and the chilling story was told. I was on stage, practicing lines, so, I was all alone, on stage, and I was so stressed due to the show that was happening that night. I was so lit, this was sick, and TBH, I wanted to be sick, so it was totally snatched for my peeps, right? YOLO. With the distressed look on my face, and the fact that she went to her phone to check her Instagram, messaging, tweets for 15 minutes, Abby's mom translated and helped me figure out what the hell she was saying to me. She saw the woman in white with long blonde shimmering hair in the second floor seating, clapping, then felt an icy cold hand on her arm grab her, only to find out. Abby got focused again, got off her phone and interrupted her mother to tell me that it was a prank by two other high school girls from jealousy. Abby told me, and I quote, "So totally Susie and Cher being all cray-cray and thirsty due to me hooking up with Susie's form flame, Mikey. Me and Mikey are like V-lit. Ugh. Sigh. It was like totally not my fault. Be me and Mikey are so there, and Susie, TBH, gotta be cray-cray and skirt, you know? Me and Mikey, so lit, plus sick. Whatever, Susie, YOLO." It was at this point that her phone beeped, and Abby's attention quickly was drawn back to the phone. And that was a cue for me to slowly back away. A polite nod to the mother, and back away from the premises, hopefully never to speak with another teenager again. Just down the street from the Academy Theater is the old mill site, located on Kent Street, near the banks of Scugog River. The Purdy family built in 1869 a sawmill for lumber and flour. Fire destroyed it in 1978, leaving just the bare bones, or bare stones, of the old mill. Sightings of orbs, ghostly shadows moving about the mill, and the sounds of ghostly moans and yelling, with the creepy sounds of saws, bandsaws, cutting wood, eerily throughout the night and early morning, can be heard. I spoke with local entrepreneur Ben Bawitsky when he told me this chilling story. Ben was in his car, and he was, and I quote, looking to relax and get his mind off matters and chill out a little bit with his buddy. He drove to the old mill and parked his car close to an old bandsaw, the big lumber cutting bandsaw. He was, and I quote, at a nice train of thought when he witnessed a large green butterfly flapping his wings in front of him, the wings emitting color and sound. Just then, the large green aliens attacked. The poor butterfly, unable to defend himself, was about to be eaten by the aliens when out of nowhere, a large brown unicorn came up from the mists to attack the aliens and chase them away from outer space. The butterfly, green butterfly, thanked the brown unicorn, and together they made beautiful dancing with sweet, sweet colors in the night. It was at this point that I realized that Ben and his friend were high on acid and crack cocaine. Upon further investigation, it was revealed to me that the old mill is a big giant crack den for drug addicts and other people with tomfoolery, that the possibility of the weird orbs and weird sounds and weird happenings are just people lighting up pipes and freaking out because they're high on drugs. Local neighborhood watches tell me, though, that the site is being controlled and watched after, that the tomfoolery is down considerably, and what other people saw is possibly, truly, ghosts and eerie echoes in the night from the Purdy family, and possibly the people that perished in the possible fire that possibly trapped possible people in the mill, possibly that night that was possibly killing people, possibly burning them to death with a possible fire that may have not possibly happened. But one thing's for sure, that it's possibly possible for this to possibly happen. How haunted is Lindsay, Ontario? How about you come on up or down to see and find out for yourself. But if you're not too much into ghost hunting, but you have a fine taste for fine art, how about you head over to the Kawartha Art Gallery in Lindsay, Ontario? If that's not your jive, then Victoria Park Armory to rent out a community room or go for a zombie scavenger game might be up to your par. I noticed that the Victoria County Museum Jail, or the Old Goal Museum, Gowl, whatever, holds collections of regional artifacts and interpretive displays from around this possibly haunted area. Some of it might have to do with ghosts, possibly not, but one thing's for sure, they're all regional displays of accurate history that you would like. Not into any of that? Well, how about you take a hike up to Ken Reed Conservation Area or the Sturgeon Lake for some sweet boating or fishing. I know it's not Lindsay, but that's a sweet place because I accidentally drove past Lindsay and wound up there, and I found out that it was a nice place to be. But once again, no doubt that Kawartha Art Gallery is some really nice paintings. How haunted is Lindsay, Ontario? I don't know. But you find out for yourself, or enjoy some art. Be sure to follow me on Twitter at King Canada Hill. Hill spelled Hi11. Follow me on SoundCloud for easy listening access, so you can listen as you go. For the full video, YouTube/King of the Canadian Hill. See you next time. And stay haunted, everybody. That was an attempt of a sign-off Did it work? Didn't sound like it, but we're keeping it anyways. See you next time. Stay haunted, Ontario? Forget it.